uh, how much potential
Hmm.
we all have, hidden
Yeah.
potential,
Yes.
that now slowly you are coming to know
Yes.
because of our experience.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, dear friends.
So we are back again for Unstoppable You with you.
Yes, I'm Sanju Pendarkar here. Welcome you to our show.
Yes.
And uh, how much potential
Hmm.
we all have, hidden
Yeah.
potential,
Yes.
that now slowly you are coming to know
Yes.
because of our experience.
Yeah.
And particularly Maharashtrian people should make
Yes.
use of maximum potential, identify themselves that
Yeah.
they are capable, because many times,
Hmm.
dear friends, we underestimate ourselves,
Absolutely.
and where we are lacking is not in intelligence but
In
risk taking.
yes. And
Whether the project will be successful or not, why do you think negative? If you fail in 10 projects, there is a 11th project. You can always
absolutely.
go ahead with this process.
Absolutely. And so
Yes.
today, friends, we are going to take last time's discussion ahead about your factory.
Right. So, dear
And
friends,
there, I would say last time we had stopped. Let me just tell them what exactly
yes,
where we
yes,
had
yes,
stopped.
exactly.
And that was when the factory overnight was reduced to ashes, your factory.
Yes.
And 3 days the factory was burning. And the fire brigade was not able to take care of the fire
Yes.
effectively. And then there was a news in media all through the globe, am I right?
Right.
So this was a point where we had stopped. So now I would like to know from you
Okay.
as to, after all this, after such a huge setback to a company, and that too after how many years? In 2021 means almost just 3 years back. So almost 69 years of running of the
Yes.
company
Yes.
effectively. And there was a huge setback.
Correct.
And
And then,
after that setback, instead of the company coming down, what we are seeing is you're growing further. And
yes.
that is the magic of Vico, let me tell you.
Yes. Actually, all this credit goes to my father and my
Yes.
uncles, who
Yes.
taught us how to keep company on strong footing, or
Hmm.
build company on sound footing.
Yes.
So even though we were at huge loss
Hmm.
of more than 100 crores,
Hmm.
there was, uh, because our company was created on sound footing,
Hmm.
fortunately, we didn't have to approach any bank. We
Oh.
didn't have to take any help of any financial institution, or crowdfunding, or various ways of funding.
Wow. And I would ask you one thing.
Yes.
Let the people know the intensity of loss, because they wouldn't even realize. Because if I mistake not, you had lost your raw materials inside the factory.
Perfect.
You had lost your machinery in that factory. You had lost your finished goods into that factory in every which sense.
Yes.
And
And even factory building was collapsed.
yes, there
That
you are.
it was, the situation was such a dangerous,
Hmm.
declared as a dangerous by fire brigade people,
Hmm.
that we, the owner of the company, were not allowed to enter the factory premises for
Oh my
3 4 days,
God. Oh.
because there is a risk of something, some wall falling, and head will be injured, or people will be injured because
Oh.
of the such accidental damage.
Hmm.
And factory walls which were Once upon a time, the factory was considered as built as a fort, and
Strong
it came
fort.
strong fort, and it reduced into ashes. So
My.
much loss was there.
So, and that is the thing, and that too, 1,35,000
1,000 square
square
feet
feet
built up area.
factory, built up area.
That's right.
So
So,
that huge factory,
right. So,
and
dear
with all
friends,
that thing, so
correct,
that
correct.
means it's a huge loss.
Huge loss. And
And in spite of that,
yes,
in spite of that, when maybe, fingers crossed, but some people, some notorious people, some competitors were expecting that now Vico is finished.
finish.
And
And
then I think you took a huge leap with that. We'd
correct.
like to know more about it.
Yes. So, when the factory was demolished and when it was reduced to ashes,
Mm,
when we saw this, all my four brothers,
mm.
total we are five brothers, decided that it was a very disheartening, to
Yeah.
see all this picture, especially when our fathers and grandfather took a lot of effort,
Mm,
sacrificed their family life
mm.
to bring Vico to a particular stage,
Yeah.
and from next day there will not be any manufacturing. All the
Yeah.
finished goods were destroyed. All
Yeah.
the raw materials of toothpaste and tooth powder were destroyed.
Mm.
And the most important loss or huge loss was burning of sandalwood oil, costing us 70,000 rupees per kg. That was diminished and finished
And
and destroyed overnight.
I think you might be having a few hundred kgs or more
Really.
than that.
More than that,
Yeah.
because we have to keep the inventory, because there is a strong demand for turmeric vanishing cream in the market.
Yeah.
But we, as I told you, we on one side we remembered our father and for grandfather and uncle,
Mm.
because my father expired 10 years ago,
Mm.
and now there were no active senior member to guide us.
Uncles were there, if I mistake not.
Uncles were there, but they become so much aged
Hmm.
that one of our uncles was trying to give advice,
Hmm.
but we five brothers took it to heart and decided that unless we day and night work hard
Hmm.
and take abundant precaution of the while building the new factory,
Hmm.
there was a huge setback, and we decided, we were thinking for a month about the planning in the factory, how
Oh,
the factory building should be. That plan we
okay.
used to be we used to we were trying to keep it ready.
Okay, that means initially you had to, after all that, you took about 1 month to plan how to go about. And meantime, what was happening to the existing clients and orders? You are, I think, your
Actually,
Dombelian.
the Dombili and Goa factory was
Yes.
there,
Huh.
but unfortunately, I told you
Hmm.
that time Goa factory maintenance work was going on.
Uh huh.
So first thing we did,
Huh.
as I tell you and repeatedly telling you,
Hmm.
what is equally important in business
Hmm.
is to create bond
Hmm.
and mm, minimum, uh, at least keep your rivals to extent of minimum or nil.
Hmm.
You try to maintain good relations with people,
Hmm.
whether you agree with them or whether you disagree with them,
Yes.
but don't spoil relations.
Hmm.
And this has helped one of our brother's friend to find out
Hmm.
location for the alternate factory. We
Hmm.
took on rented basis
Oh.
Because of our very good relations with the supplier, we
Uh-huh.
immediately placed order for toothpaste manufacturing, tooth powder manufacturing,
Mm.
turmeric, shaving cream, and all entire machinery manufacturing.
Oh.
They assured us to supply within 1 month.
Oh,
So
lovely.
we constructed the simultaneously we were planning
And
to
that was
run
in
the
Nagpur
factory.
or in
That
Goa?
was in Nagpur, few kilometers away
Huh?
from our factory with the grace of God.
Huh?
And this is how when you trust God
Hmm.
and when you are good to people,
Hmm.
when you never cheat customers,
Yes.
there are indirect blessings of people, dear
Yes.
friends, help you. So
That.
rather than concentrating on your family alone,
Hmm.
we always used to concentrate on how employees can be helpful to their families and they can fulfill the obligation.
Yes.
We didn't deduct anyone's salary.
Hmm.
We didn't remove employees. The
Yeah.
salary was continued,
Yeah.
and we decided to plan to construct a new
You
factory.
mean to say that 1 month after the factory was demolished due to fire, it was destroyed due to fire, I should say. But then you initially started into some other alternate premises,
Yes.
buying alternate machinery for the time being, till the time you could go on
Originally
working
bring
on the,
factory
yes,
to
to
normalcy.
normalcy.
Dear
So
friends,
that way
it
it
was not
was.
month, but within 3 4 days, the whole structure was demolished. And then we started doing planning.
Hmm.
Now, what are the precautions
Hmm.
we take
Hmm.
in future?
Hmm.
Like, planning is an important thing for
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
And if you have seen our unstoppable you, if
Hmm.
you have subscribed or took over our unstoppable you
Our
course
training
and
program.
training
Yeah.
program, by
There,
paying
I think there are so many things you have
so
shared.
many things we
Yes.
have put before public, that
Mm.
how to take care of business in
Yes.
just rupees 199. My
Yes.
dear friend, coming back to our fact point,
Huh?
we selected a good architect
Huh?
and engineer
Huh?
and RCC specialist.
Okay.
Friends, you might be knowing who is architect and who designs the factory,
Yes.
and who is the engineer. That engineering work also you
Mm.
know, but
Yes.
you might not be knowing who is the RCC specialist.
Mm.
So, a role of RCC specialist is that
Mm.
to decide the strength of the columns,
Ah.
because unless your base is strong,
Mm.
unless you have sound footing, even with respect to the construction,
Mm.
your factory building cannot be cannot sustain for a long time,
Yes.
and
Right.
therefore foundation has to be strong.
Correct.
You must have seen in news how Bombay bridges were collapsed
Mm.
because there was no maintenance
Yes.
and so many people injured.
Mm.
So from the strong footing
Mm.
and how much strength the pillar can uh, bear with the load,
Mm.
that calculation RCC specialist done.
Right.
He did the calculation
Mm.
and we started building factory.
Now, I would tell you one thing:
Yes,
the building of factory, and then how you made your factory better.
better.
These are the things let us discuss in the next episode with them also, because this is something which we have to understand. Let the people know this, because I think, just like for
Yes,
factory, you said the foundation has to be strong.
yes.
Even in every education, in every business, every part of life,
Life. Yes,
you can't grow unless the foundation is strong.
yes.
So
So we'll
let
be
them know
seeing
this.
them next episode.
Let them know this fact. And so I would want you to explain the need of the strong foundation in greater detail
Yes,
to them
sure.
next time, which is absolutely important. So, till that time, please subscribe the channel if you have not, and if you have not taken up Unstoppable You, the training program, I think you are losing. So, the link is for that program is also down there in the description. Whatever we are discussing, you must have been gathering a lot out of it. So keep watching and keep enjoying our Unstoppable You show as well.
Wish you
Okay?
all the
Wish
best,
you all
dear
the
friends.
best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. This is something which we have to understand. Let the people know this. So
So we'll
let
be
them know
seeing them
this.
next episode.
Let them know this